Hey guys, it's Carol and welcome back to my channel. I'm sure you can see from the title what today's video is about. This adorable little bag of flour. The packaging on this is 100% what made me want to buy this product. I did watch a review on it and the person, I think I watched Tatty's review and she was just like, yeah, it's really good, it's amazing, you know. This product shook me to the ground. So I honestly was expecting the powder to just come in this little packet, but it doesn't. You do get a container and the packaging is stunning through and through from the adorable bag of flour with, it has like all sorts of, hold on, let me turn my brightness down. It has all kinds of like just funny little bits of information on the back. I didn't even mention this. This is from Beauty Bakerie. It says it on the packaging right here. And this is their setting powder, setting flour, which I just call it baking powder because that's literally what it is. It's like flour. Well, it's like marketed as flour, but it's basically the best setting powder I've ever used. I'm gonna insert some footage of me applying it and telling you like how I use it and how. So basically, my favorite way to use this is I set my under eyes with it and I give them like a little bit of a bake. I don't go too crazy, but on my nose, I just pack this all over my nose, and that way my foundation, I am super oily. My nose is the worst place, and I get oily about 3 or 4 hours into makeup time. So obviously with working like 9 to 5 and everything, you can imagine how I look by the end of the day. This powder has really changed everything for me. I don't have to powder at all during the day. I maybe should about 8-9 hours in, but the shine that I do get isn't like that crazy at all. It more just looks nice and dewy. So this has really saved me, especially for my foundation breaking apart. So if you are oily at all, I 100% recommend this powder to you. And you're going to see why, and I talk about it a bit while I'm applying it and a bit at the end. I was going to do a first impressions. I was going to do a first impressions on this, but honestly the first time I tried it, I actually thought that I like messed up my makeup, but it was the concealer that I tried underneath it that like was causing me problems. So I'm actually really glad that I didn't do a first impressions on it. I've used this now about 5 or 6 times, maybe even 7, because it was just sitting in my drawer for like a few weeks, and then I was like, Chloe, you might as well start using it. My only complaint is like, it doesn't come like filled to the brim with product. It's quite low, and obviously I have used a good bit because you always do with baking powder. However, I think I paid £18 from this. I'm not sure how much it is from the actual retailer because it is sold out everywhere. So I got mine from Cocktail Cosmetics. If you just go on Google Shop and type in Beauty Bakery, make sure it's around £15 to £20, and you'll probably most likely be getting the right product, hopefully. Be careful of like what you buy online. I'm just really glad that I discovered this product, and I cannot wait to try more from Beauty Bakery. Another thing is that they are a black owned brand, so they have a million shades for everybody. I use the shade Translucent, and it actually is translucent. Like I think that's why when I first used it I was a bit like whoa, because my Rimmel Stay Matte has a little bit of extra coverage. This doesn't have any. It maybe has a little bit of sheer added coverage, I don't know. It literally is just a translucent powder. The products that I use alongside this to make my makeup last anyway, because I haven't really tested it out with a million other products, is MUA eye primer on my nose. I use every single day just to keep the foundation locked in place. I use the Rimmel Stay Matte on a day-to-day, and I do tend to mix in other foundations with it. And I also use the Revolution Amazing Setting Spray. Amazing, yeah, it's just called the Amazing Setting Spray. I do want to keep testing this out with other products, which is why, as I said, I was going to do a first impressions on it, but I was like, actually, I want to test this out. I want to wear it a lot of times, and I want to tell you if it's worth it, because I think £18 is a little bit pricey for a setting powder, especially the way I go through it, like dunking your beauty blender in and just slapping it on. You do use a lot of product whenever you use something like this, so £18, it is quite up there in price. So is it worth it? 100%. This is worth it. But now we're going to get into some footage of me actually applying the product. And excuse my face, I was looking a little crazy. By the way, I just filmed this look with Aaron. As you will see in the outro, Aaron makes a special appearance. So if you're wondering anything what's on my face, it will be up either before or after this video, but whenever it's up I'll link it down below. So now I'm just quickly going to show you how I apply the baking flour, but first of all, excuse the mess. Like, this is like actually my real wallpaper. My other background that I was filming with was like the leftover wallpaper from this pinned to the wall. It was an innovative idea, but I'm just going to make sure that I've got no creases, because at the minute I just have on my foundation and concealer. My brows looking cray because they're worn in brows, you know. They've been napped in, they've been worn in. they've spent the day with me, so it's looking a little cray. But I've actually used like quite a bit of this because I've been using it for like a week, like I'm sure I will remember to explain in the intro. Just get a little bit in the lid. Can you not make noise, please? And I just take it on my sponge. This is my Avon sponge. I did a video on this. There's a hair on it. And I'm just gonna starting by baking underneath the eyes. Set the eyelids. So the most important part for me is baking my nose. And I just stamp it on there like crazy. And I leave this while I do like the rest of my makeup. This stays on like for the longest, and I feel as though that really does help to make it last all day long. I mean, not to get shiny all day long. So yeah, the nose is the most I look crazy. The nose is the most important part, and then I go ahead and I just set anywhere else that I've concealed, so my chin and my forehead. So for the rest of my face, I use my Rimmel Stay Matte. She's used and abused. She's very loved, and I've not forgotten about her. So I just take this on a stamping brush and it gets all over my face, because the skin, like all over my cheeks and under my eyes, don't get oily. It's just normal skin, perfect skin really. I wish the rest of my face was like that, but you know. So this is what I take. And also I've noticed on my forehead, because unless I baked my forehead, if I just set my forehead with this, then all my foundation, like I touch my hair a lot and stuff like that, so like it all does come off here, all my bronzer and that. The only thing that keeps it on up here is my Rimmel Stay Matte. So it's a little bit high maintenance going with a few powders, but people typically do go in with something else under the eyes anyway. I just like to bake my nose with it too. So that is it for now. I'm going to let this bake while I finish the rest of my makeup, and then I'm going to come back on and talk a little bit more about the product. And I don't know what I'm going to say in the intro. Like, I'm going to talk most about it in the intro, and this is just going to be me applying it, because like this product is amazing. I want to really sit down with you and talk to you about it. I just want to show you quickly how I apply it. So yeah, I'm going to quickly finish the rest of my makeup, and then I'm going to come back and talk to you a little bit more. So it's been a few hours and I'm back. Me and Aaron are currently filming a video, which is why like, he's taking his time. So he's just joining the end of this one. My overall thoughts on this powder, I have used it.
What is it?
My baking flour powder.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I have used it, I think I've used it about 6 times, and each time I've loved it. Except for one time that I didn't bake with it, I just applied it to my nose. I had on like a really thin layer of foundation, because it was like a Saturday and I was going to work. Yeah, so like I didn't bake with it, and it didn't really do anything for holding my oils back. So I do recommend definitely baking with it in the areas that you need to. But overall, I think this powder is 100% worth it. I've never ever used a powder like this. If you have watched any of my other videos, I'm obsessed with the Rimmel Stay Matte, and as I said earlier, I do have to set around up here on my forehead with it. Otherwise, that does like slip off because I don't bake it with this. But anywhere that you bake with this will not move. It will not crease, it will not break apart, it will not get oily. This is everything I've been searching for in a powder, and I never thought I was going to find it. Literally, it keeps me completely matte for about 8 or 9 hours. What do I say every night I get home from work?
Literally.
Like, look at my face, I haven't touched up. Usually I touch up every 2 hours. With this, I don't have to do
Do you know how
that.
much she is buzzing? That's why I called her me.
I'm buzzing. So yeah, basically all I can say is go out and buy it. If you have oily skin, if you have dry skin. You've used this a couple of times, haven't you? What do you think about it on dry skin?
No, it's actually really good on dry skin, you know.
It looks very smooth, very beautiful. It's just an amazing powder. And the best thing I can say about this, it's a black owned brand, so they have every single shade for every single person, which is amazing. And after trying this powder, the packaging of the brand is of course like everything, and it's what attracted me to it, but the formula itself really lives up to actually exceeds my expectations. So I recommend this brand, and I can't wait to try more products, and I'll be definitely doing more videos on this because it's amazing. So that is everything for this video, guys. Please like and subscribe to my channel. You will see more of the pineapple Aaron, and of course more of me with my reviews and my wear tests. You don't want to miss out. Thank you all for being here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Say bye.
Bye, guys.